RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Andy's Auto Body, Tire, and Auto Service and Sales. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Auto Centers Nissan, home of the Wiggity Way. Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East's premier sports bar and grill. Shell Community Federal Credit Union, the one place to go for all your banking needs. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. Liberty Bank, bank local, bank Liberty. Ruderman Plumbing, your locally owned plumbing superheroes. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949.
Jacob Witt in right. Manning plays third base. Varble is your shortstop. Tallman is at second. Kanalikin at first. Behind the plate is Hunter Bryant. And on the hill, it's Crick Kimball. We're ready for baseball here as Jersey and Marquette set to play in the regional semifinals. The first pitch of the game by Kimball is low and in the dirt. Crick Kimball is arguably the ace of this Jersey Panthers staff, Louis. Will Mortland has made more appearances during the season, but Crick Kimball is someone who Coach Darren Perdun can count on.
Yeah, he's the guy, and he pitched here last week against a very, very good Alton baseball team. Lost to him 1-0. It speaks volumes. He went up against Hudson in that game.
Here's a fly ball to center field, sending Kennedy back. He'll reach up and make the catch for out number one. A fly ball to straightaway center field by Weinman, hauled in by Kennedy.
Ball was a little up and away and didn't really get the full extension. Got more underneath the baseball there. And looks like the wind's blowing out from right to left. So these righties might be licking their chops here today, thinking maybe they can send one over that fence in 370 out there.
Yeah, 370's in the gap, and that's a good poke, but 320 down the line and left. Swing and a miss to Holtz with one out here in the top of the first inning. Beautiful sunshine, some clouds. Perfect afternoon for baseball, gentle breeze.
So how do you go from 370 in the gap to 360 straight away?
I'm sure it's measured correctly. But it does jut out there in left center field, and then I guess gradually make its way back to a more shallow dead center field. The 2-1 pitch is on the way and outside for a ball. Actually, the 1-2 pitch now. On deck is Liam Mayer, today's third baseman. Here's another pitch on the way from Kimball. Misses outside, and the count is even at 2-2.
Not a lot of offense from this Marquette team, and Triad was one of those upstart teams coming into the regional, believe it or not. They didn't have a very good record, but they had played well down the stretch, and they needed a good pitching performance to win that one.
There's a curveball, freezes Holtz, and it's in for a strikeout for Kimball, and it's Holtz caught looking for out number two.
You know, you hear the verbiage a lot. Well, why would you throw your number one today and not save him for Saturday? And, of course, you're going to get your coach to say, well, if you don't win today, there is no Saturday. So you might as well go with your best now. And this is where Jersey's going to lay all their eggs in their basket and hope for a good pitching performance here today.
Kimball is making his 10th start of the season. He's had 8 complete games. Will Mortland also with 9 starts. And you would expect possibly Mortland to be in line for the start on Saturday should Jersey win. And Jake Varble's also in the wings as well. The 1-0 pitch on the way, just misses outside. 2-0 to Danny Holtz, or I should say Liam Mayer, the third baseman, hitting third. Left-handed batter facing the right-handed pitching Kimball, low and in the dirt. It's 3-0. You figure he'll be taking here, top half of the first inning. Try to make the pitcher work a little bit. Try to see as many pitches as you can.
Well, you can absolutely count on not swinging here.
He watches a strike called at the letters, and it's a 3-1 count. On deck, Jacob Eggering. In the top half of the first inning, there's no score, 2 outs. Liam Mayer watches a 3-1 pitch. Called strike at the knees, and the count goes full, 3-2.
Boy, he didn't look like he was even ready for that one. That looked like a pitch on the inner portion of the plate that he could turn on.
Usually a 3-1 pitch is the best pitch you're going to get in an at-bat.
No doubt.
Here's Kimball's delivery on 3-2, and it's fouled out of play. Liam Mayer has a wide open stance, bats from the left side, and his lead foot is almost out of the batter's box as he's really opened up. Bouncing on the toes, and then he'll square up as the pitch is delivered. Here's a line shot into left field, sending the left fielder back. Clendenin reaches up, makes the catch for out number 3 here in the first. A 1-2-3, top of the first inning. Marquette fails to get a runner on board. Jersey comes to bat in the bottom of the first. It's a scoreless game thus far. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
If you have car problems, Andy's has the solution. Customer service is priority number 1. Our dedicated staff will be more than helpful in getting your car back on the road while you relax in our comfortable waiting area. If needed, we'll also make arrangements for a rental. Our experienced ASC certified technicians will walk you through every step of the process. Andy's Tire and Auto Service offers every under-the-hood service you need. Visit one of our 4 convenient locations today.
For the third baseman, Manning. Here's the defense for Marquette. File is in left, Holtz is in center, McAfee in right. Mayer's the third baseman, Weinman the shortstop, Messenger is the second baseman, Senior plays first. Behind the plate is Eggering, and on the hill, it's John Hughes, the right-hander. Where's number 44? Pitch on the way to the leadoff man, Witt, and it's a called strike 1, in at the knees to Jacob Witt. Crick Kimball on deck.
He's been a good leadoff batter for this Jersey team this year.
Witt, a right fielder. Older brother played on this Panther team for a couple of years, starting in the outfield. Now Jacob takes over as a junior, making starts in the outfield all season long. Watches a pitch miss, and the count's 2-1 now to Jersey's leadoff man, Jacob Witt. Pitch on the way from Hughes is fouled out of play. Count goes full, 2-2. Panthers 17-15. It seems like that's the record every single year. They just struggle at times, getting a good consistency, putting a whole season together. At times they look like they earn a number 1 seed in the regional. At other times it looks like they could have been seeded 4th.
Well, it really, like you said, it typifies what they've done in this program for the last so many years.
Here's a 2-2 pitch on the way, grounded to second. Making the play is Messenger to throw on to first for out number 1 here in the first inning.
I mean, it's a team that, I've said it a number of times, they're capable of beating anybody they play, and at times they play bad enough to lose to anybody they play. It's just there's really no middle ground in there, and like you said, you know, they play like a number 1 seed, but they can also, you can look at them, they play like a 4 or 5 seed. It's just, it's really hard to figure out.
First pitch to Kimball, misses low. Jersey and CM both lost to Triad in the late stages of the season. And Triad was a team that had lost like 18 games in a row at one point. Here's a ground ball foul. Count goes 1-1. Chris Skinner let that one go down past the first base coach's box.
I don't think he could have gotten it anyway.
He's going to trot after it and pick it up.
And that's his running for the week.
Kimball fouls another one out of play. Left-handed bat, Crick Kimball for the Jersey Panthers. 25 RBI on the season. That's second on the team to Kanelican. Got 10 doubles, 4 home runs on the year. His 4 home runs, tops on the team. Here's a swing, foul tip, caught by the catcher, out number 2.
Well, just came after him, straight fastball, maybe a little up and away off the plate, but good enough to swing at definitely, and in the zone. And I think Varble's going to bat here with nobody on and 2 outs, and he's kind of got the retro look there, doesn't he, with the stirrups?
Showing the socks. Pulling those pant legs up just below the knees. Watches one miss high from John Hughes.
And he's a big kid anyway, so anything high to him is really high.
6'5". Kind of crowds the plate a little bit from the right side. Fouls one off here, counts 1-1. Drake Kanelican on deck for the Panthers. They're decked out in the white uniforms with the Columbia blue lettering and Panthers emblazoned across the front. Marquette wearing the white pants with the royal blue shirt. Here's an off-speed pitch. Misses inside. Counts 2-1.
Well, Varble's going to trade in those Panther colors for Saluki colors in the fall.
Yeah, he's going to be part of that Saluki football program. Probably as a tight end. Was a quarterback his senior year. Of course, a three-sport athlete, plays basketball as well as baseball and football. And he's excelled at all three. John Hughes pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Varble, and he retires Kimball and Varble via the strikeout. And it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the first inning. Scoreless after one from the Class 3A Regional here at Ken Shell Field at Illini Middle School, part of the Snyder Sports Complex. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
All right, sir, we finished all the services on your car. They'll take it over for your complimentary car wash, and they'll call you when it's ready.
Live on the Big Z. We go to inning number 2, a scoreless first inning. 1-2-3 innings for both of these pitchers. Jacob Eggering, the cleanup man, will lead off the second for the Explorers.
He had both RBI Monday, didn't he? I believe he did.
I think he did in that Explorers win over Triad. Play-in game played at Gordon Moore Park. Now the regional moves here to Jerseyville, where they'll play the semifinals today, the finals on Saturday morning. First pitch is a strike. Pitch number 2 misses, and it's 1-1.
I just love hearing a baseball game being played in an hour and 20 minutes. You got to love that.
It's a holiday. Wanted to get home to barbecue. Another curveball from Kimball. This one misses, and the count goes to 2-1. Nate Seener on deck. Jacob Feil will also bat this inning for Marquette. Crick Kimball, right-handed pitcher from the windup, delivers and gets the ball missing outside. It's 3-1.
Boy, he's missed with 3 in a row here, but man,
they've been close.
Yeah. Don't tell me we're going to get a tin can strike zone tonight or today.
Here's a 3-1 pitch, flied to right field, sending Witt back towards the fence, and he makes the catch in right field. Jacob Witt records out number 1 here in the second.
Well, when you can sit on a pitch, and obviously a little bit of a different swing there, but I mean, Eggering was able to get some power on that to take it the other way. 3-1 swing, you can sit on something, and with the wind blowing right to left, it had some carry going out there towards right field.
Yeah, definitely. That was not wind aided, and it sent Witt back to make the catch, trotting back towards the fence. Here's a line shot towards second. It's caught there by Tallman. He'll make the throw on one hop over to first for out number 2. Hard hit ball that time from Seener, but right at the second baseman for the Panthers who made the play.
Those one-hoppers with that fortuitous hop, take those all day.
Coach Darren Perdun totally redid the infield here at Ken Shell Field from last season to this season.
Really looks good, too.
I think he's quite happy with it. Oh, and a hit by batter here, or hit by pitch as Feil tried to spin out of the way of a pitch, off-speed pitch from Kimball. If you're going to get hit by one, might as well have the curveball hit you.
Well, he's trying to work these right-handed batters early in the count here inside, which is a little different than maybe trying to start them off away to try to get some of these guys to hit the ball to the right side. And that one, yeah, just didn't have any bite on it.
Well, they say you want to work hard away and soft away and hard inside. That time he's trying to get that curveball on the inside part of the plate to these right-handed batters. Mike Neal watches one miss the strike zone. It's 1-0 with a runner on first taking his lead. Pitch number 2 is low for a ball, 2-0. Neal, the DH, he hits for the pitcher Hughes. 7th in this Explorers lineup. Brady McAfee is on deck. Feil takes his lead at first. 2 outs in the second inning. Kimball peeks over his shoulder, delivers. Swung on, grounded, foul down the third base line. Manning over there for the Panthers watched it just miss the bag and get called foul by about a foot or so. Strike number 1, it's a 2-1 count to Neal. Here's a fly ball again to the second baseman ranging out into short right field, and he'll make the catch as Tallman catches out number 3. Runner on base, he's stranded at first base after 1.5 innings. We're still scoreless. Panthers come to bat. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Come on, guys. We're only up by 1 run. I need some insurance. Let's go.
Put me in, Coach. I can get you some insurance.
AmFam G-Man at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a long one. A home run for AmFam G-Man.
Hit a home run with my team, a winning team. Let me protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062. Come on, Coach.
American Family Insurance.
An inning and a half. First pitch of the second from Hughes. Inside for a ball to Kanelican. Drake Kanelican, tall first baseman for the Jersey Panthers. Leads the team in RBI. Watches one here called strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. 17-15 are the Jersey Panthers. Marquette 18-11. Here's another pitch inside, misses to Drake Kanelican, makes it 2-1. Another one on the way from Hughes, grounded towards second. Ranging over is Messenger, and he'll throw on to first for the out. First out of the inning, a routine ground ball to second.
Taking it the other way there. Hughes looks like he's got a pretty lively fastball, but if Jersey's got any kind of an advantage there, they just saw Brian Hudson last week.
Yeah.
So that should be pretty good prep for you, don't you think?
Well, they're similar. They stand tall on the mound. They've got a good build, obviously.
The one throw's left-handed.
Yeah,
too, so.
and Hughes probably isn't 6'8". He might be 6'6", though. There's the first pitch to Tallman. Ball 1, low in the dirt. Wilfong on deck. Another one from Hughes, misses, this time outside. It's 2-0 to Chase Tallman, second baseman for the Panthers. Right-handed batter, he's got an open stance from the right side. Has one in at the knees for strike 1, 2-1. Line drive up the middle. It's going to be our first hit of the ball game as Tallman lines one into center, and it's a one-out single for the Jersey Panthers here in the bottom of the second.
That's a good-looking swing there. Really kept his weight back nicely there and just drove the hands right through the zone, took it right back up the middle. Good solid-looking swing there from Tallman to get the first hit of the game. And Jersey's first base runner, Marquette, had one via the hit by pitch. They'll bring up Wilfong here. Interesting to see. Darren Perdun, like you said, insert him into the lineup here as the DH today.
Well, his family's got a bit of a pedigree. His older brother was a standout, went on to play college baseball for this Jersey Panther team. And now Dylan, after playing JV ball all season, gets promoted to the varsity squad. I think he had an RBI in one of the games last week. He's got limited at-bats on the season, only 5 plate appearances, and he's 2 for 5 with 3 RBI, 2 hits, both singles. And we're going to get timeout called here as the...
Yeah, I think sliding back into first base, a little cut there on the elbow.
Tallman diving back into first. That's another thing Coach Perdun wants his runners to do. They want big enough leads where they are forced to dive back into first base. They don't want them just standing up going into the bag. He wants them diving back in, and diving in this time created a little bit of a cut on the inside of the elbow on the right arm. They're going to bring out a trainer to put some tape on it. And we've got a little bit of a shortage, or a stoppage in the play here. They're going to play 2 here at Ken Shell Field, and then we're going to have a third broadcast on tape delay, girls softball, as Alton plays Quincy at Alton High.
After about 6 hours of baseball today.
And this game with a 4 o'clock start. The second game is scheduled to start at 6:30. Now, that all depends on how quickly this game gets done. If it finishes early, it might start early. If this one runs long, it will be later than 6:30. But we will be sending it back to the station in between games.
I actually think this is second game scheduled for 7.
Well, I think
I'll take earlier.
Yeah, I'll take 6:30.
I'll take 6.
Yesterday at the Bethalto Sports Complex, the Jersey Panthers softball team and Marquette girls softball team both in action. Jersey playing the first game of the day versus Highland, and that game was over quickly in a shortened game, 5 innings, with Highland winning, ending the Jersey girls season. And then in the second game, it was over in pretty quick order as well, with a game between the Triad Knights and the Marquette Explorers, and Marquette winning that game, advancing to the regional final on Saturday.
Talking to Dan Weedman after the game yesterday, felt like that might have been one of the best games they played all year. They really played well.
They struggled late in the year. After getting up to 19 wins, it took them most of the month of May to pick up 2 wins to climb over 20.
Well, you got to figure who they played in that stretch, too. I mean, you're talking about Edwardsville, Calhoun, Belleville East, Freeburg, Staunton was in there. These are all teams that finished really well in the standings this year.
Yeah, they were all, I think most of them were 20-win teams. Most of them were 1 or 2 seeds in their regional.
Mm-hmm.
Throw over to first, getting back easily, was Tallman once more. It's a 1-1 count now to Dylan Wilfong. Runner is going. Throw from the catcher is off the mark. Eggering's ball bounces into short center field, but Tallman can't advance. Credit him with a stolen base, and now a runner in scoring position.
Well, you knew it was just a matter of time before Darren Perdun was going to get aggressive with his base runners. I mean, you could arguably anticipate runs are going to be at a premium. They're going to come at a premium in this game, so you want to get out there, you want to test the defense, get some runners in scoring position, come up with some timely hits.
Here's a hard shot. Well, not quite as hard as it looked initially. A one-hopper to the second baseman who throws on to first. Messenger makes the play, records the out at first, but the runner advances to third on the play. 2 outs now, runner at third.
Yeah, more of a kind of a fister over towards left or towards the right side. Again, that was the pitch running up and in on the right-handed batter, so he really wasn't able to get full extension on that swing there, but enough to get it to that right side and push that runner over to third base. And big opportunity here for Bryant. And he's been a good bat in this lineup, so maybe Darren Perdun gets somebody down there towards the bottom to protect the bottom of the order and come up with some big hits there.
Yeah, I think that's been, a loose ball behind the catcher Eggering, and the run's going to score, standing up.
And I was just going to mention that, too. You have to be aware of the potential for any ball that gets away, and there you go. There's where that stolen base comes in handy now, because if he's at first base, that ground ball could have turned into an inning-ending double play.
Yeah, the ground ball would have probably turned 2, and then once the runner got to second, hitting behind the runner, allowing him to advance to third, and now scoring on a wild pitch. First one of the game, crosses the plate on a wild pitch. That's 2-0 now to Bryant.
Well, now he's looking to start it all over here with 2 outs after his team gets the lead here early.
There's a nubber towards third. Charging hard there is Mayer. Mayer's quick throw is not in time, and Bryant beats it out at first base.
Yeah, that was going to be very, very difficult. So the run was going to score there anyway, but that was one of those where the grass is so finely cut, but there's some thickness to it. Once it wasn't hit very hard, and it wasn't going to come out to the third baseman. He was going to have to charge and really make a good play there. He did all he could, but Bryant, for a catcher, has got pretty good speed.
And with an expanded roster, there's a new base runner for the Jersey Panthers right now, and it's number 2, Zach Benware. Benware's the courtesy runner for Bryant, the catcher. So he's on at first. with an infield single credited to Bryant, the second hit of the inning.
Well, I'm glad you knew that because my old roster doesn't have one on there.
My original didn't either. And stepping off is Hughes.
How do you say that name again?
Ben Ware.
Is that a French name?
That's a last name. Zach is his first name.
Ah, I see it now. Ben Ware. Gotcha.
Here's a fly ball. Again, a weak bounce to the second baseman. He's able to stack on. We've seen these pitches riding in on these right-handed batters, and it sounds like solid contact, but it's just a little bit of a jam shot. We've seen a couple of those this inning. Kennedy is out on the force out at second base. So the Panthers score a run on 2 hits in the inning. They leave 1 after 2. It's 1-0 Jersey in the regional semifinals for Class 3A. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached MegaBank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
11th. In that game, Will Mortland was the starting pitcher for Jersey, went 6 1/3 innings. Crick Kimball, today's starter, pitched the final 2/3 of an inning to get credited with the save. Kimball did give up a hit and a walk in that 2/3 of an inning after Mortland gave up just 1 hit and 3 runs, 2 of them earned in his 6 1/3. So Will Mortland got credited with the win, a 5-3 victory for Jersey over Marquette. Crick Kimball on the mound here, making the start in the regional semifinals, and he gets the first pitch over for a strike to Brady McAfee.
Well, unless your team kicked it around behind you or you walked a lot of guys, that's hard to give up 3 runs on 1 hit.
3 runs on 1 hit for Mortland. Here's a called strike 2 to McAfee, and it's a 1-2 count to the number 8 place batter in this Explorers lineup. Crick Kimball's pitch on the way, misses inside, and it's 2-2. Messenger is on deck. Weinman is also due to bat this inning, the Explorers leadoff man. The 2-2 pitch from Kimball on the way, misses low for a ball, the count's full.
That's one thing he probably wants to avoid is going deep into counts on batters, and I'm sure that's something that Marquette will be aware of. You know, don't help him out by swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. You drive up that pitch count.
Here's a swing and a miss as McAfee may have chased one there. Had to protect the plate with a 3-2 count. Goes down swinging, and that's the second strikeout of the game for Kimball.
That's one I was wondering, too. I was wondering if he chased ball 4 there, but it's in that zone where if you're going to leave it in the umpire's hands, you're at his mercy, and it's best to maybe decide the at-bat on your own. He waved at it, couldn't come up with it.
Now the 9th place batter, Messenger, swings and misses. Strike 1.
Well, he helped the pitcher out definitely there. That was about shoulder high.
Looked inviting coming up there, and it was riding high in the zone. He went after it. Swings and misses at strike 2. Now advantage pitcher with an 0-2 count to the batter.
Nobody on base, so I would think maybe this one's going to be off the plate.
Kimball's pitch.
Or not.
Called strike. I think Messenger thought he would try to waste one. Instead, it's a called strike right at the belt, and that's 2 strikeouts in the inning for Kimball.
You know, that's one of those where darned if you do, darned if you don't, because it's an 0-2 count. The pitcher's got to be sitting, he's sitting on a strike to swing at, but in his mind, too, he's probably thinking this, good pitcher here. He's not going to give me anything to hit, and that's the last thing you expect is one down the chute.
Kimball with 3 strikeouts today. Coming into the game, he had 49 strikeouts on the season, so not big strikeout numbers for this Panther pitcher. Tied on the team with Mortland with 49 strikeouts coming into today. Here's another called strike. 0-2 to the leadoff man, Weinman, and Kimball's got a chance maybe to strike out the side.
Well, I don't think you're going to see one right down the pipe here.
Lyman flied out first time up. Watches one, calls strike 3 here.
You're going to get a curveball instead.
0-2 strikeout called to 2 straight batters, and Kimball's pouring him in the strike zone here after his team gave him the 1-0 lead. We've played 2.5 here in Jerseyville. Panthers coming to bat, leading 1-0. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Send up the 9th place batter, Clendenin. That's followed by Jacob Witt and Crick Kimball. Jersey scored a run last inning on 2 hits. Tallman singled with 1 out, stole second, went to third on a ground out, and scored on a wild pitch. First pitch here to Clendenin, misses high for a ball. Yesterday in the girls' softball games, we saw a 3-umpire crew in the regionals, just 2 umpires here in this boys' baseball regional. Half swing, they called the strike. The pitcher was asking for the first base umpire's ruling, and he didn't need it because the home plate umpire called a strike to Clendenin, 1-1. Here's a foul ball back to the screen by Clendenin, makes it 1-2. Winner of this game goes on to play in the regional final on Saturday. They'll play the winner of the Highland CM game, and those 2 teams split 2 earlier this season. So this will be a deciding game. Here's a curveball that slipped out of the hand of Hughes and sailed over everybody.
I don't know if he was trying to throw a curveball, slider, changeup, anything. Whatever it was, it didn't work.
It almost hit the backstop on the fly. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's grounded over the head. Oh, Hughes made the leap and stabbed it at the pitcher's mound. He timed his jump right and was able to catch the ball at the apex of his jump and record the out.
If that gets over his head, it's an infield single, no doubt about it. I mean, it was hit slowly. It bounded. That one hopper was slowly high up in the air. And like you said, he had to time his jump perfectly. And if it gets over him, the runner's already 2/3 of the way down the line. By the time anybody even picks it up, he's going to be past the bag easily.
Yeah, I don't think the second baseman or shortstop had a play. It would have been the pitcher, the only one. First pitch to Witt is high for a ball, and it's 1-0 to Jacob Witt. Panther leadoff man here today. Crick Kimball on deck. Here's a foul ball back to the screen. Strike 1 to Witt, 1-1. If you're wondering, Crick is his nickname. Everybody calls him that. I don't know if even his coaches know what his given name. It's Christian is his given name.
I knew that.
Ball in the dirt here, ball 2 to Witt.
And I used to always write that in the stories, but I learned he likes Crick.
And I'm sure that's probably a name that stuck when he was younger, and his older brothers and sister probably couldn't say Christian, and Crick is what came out, and that's how it stuck.
Nothing wrong with his given name.
Open stance for Witt. Watches a called strike at the knees. Makes the count 3-2 now to Jacob Witt. Ground ball to the second baseman for the first out of the game. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman. Coming up throwing is Mayer, and he'll throw across for the out. Out number 2 in inning number 3.
He's probably had 2 of the harder hit balls here for Jersey, and it's grounded out for both of them. That one a one-hopper down to third, and grounded out to second back in the first inning. So Kimball bat here with nobody on and 2 outs and trying to help himself out. He's actually a very good opposite field hitter. I don't know if you've seen much of him this year, but he really takes the ball well the other way.
And I'm sure the Explorers like that he's batting with no one on.
And that's why they're pitching him inside.
First pitch is a called strike on the inner part of the plate. Here's another from John Hughes. This one is popped foul out of play, and he's in the hole, 0-2. Talked about Kimball setting up batters, getting ahead in the count, 0-2, and then having them watch a called strike 3. Got to think what Kimball, as a pitcher, would do in this situation as he faces the 0-2 from Hughes. Watches it miss outside and high, ball 1. Varble on deck for the Panthers. 1-0 Jersey. We're in the third. Pitch on the way from Hughes, misses high and outside again. Counts 2-2 now. First of 2 from Jerseyville. 3 broadcasts on the Big Z coming your way. Pitch on the outer portion of the plate just misses for ball 3. He's been staying away after getting ahead. Coming inside, he goes away, and the count goes full.
Kimball hasn't offered at any of them yet.
Here's a fly ball to center field, left field. Coming in is the center fielder, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. A 1-2-3 third retires the Jersey Panthers. Panthers lead 1-0 here in the Baseball 3A Regional Semifinals from Ken Shell Field in Jerseyville. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Bright sunshine here on a Wednesday afternoon. First of 2 games scheduled. Later it will be CM and Highland, a pair of Mississippi Valley Conference teams. Winners today will square off on Saturday in the regional final, and that game is set for 11 o'clock. The winner of this regional will go on to play in the Salem sectional on Wednesday, June the 3rd. We start inning number 4, swing and a miss by Danny Holtz, leading off the 4th for the Explorers from Marquette.
One of 3 batters today that's been called out on strikes looking.
Swings and misses at strike 1, swings and misses at strike 2. And again, I think this is at least the 3rd straight batter that Crick Kimball has gotten ahead 0-2.
It is. Well, let's see if he gets away with.
Boy. Retires Holtz on a swinging strike 3 after retiring the previous 2, looking at strike 3, and that's now 5 strikeouts on the day for Kimball.
4 in a row, and he's just not wasting any time on these 0-2 counts. He's just going after the batters. First 2, actually, he got Messenger on a fastball on the outer edge, curveball to Weinman, and that time Holtz, he goes mano-a-mano and says, let's go, you and me, and just pumped a fastball right by him.
First pitch to Mayer, misses the strike zone, so he falls behind 1-0 to Liam Mayer. 1 out in the 4th, 1-0 Jersey. Another one misses, this one a little bit closer, but still wide, 2-0 to the Explorer third baseman. Open stance from the left side. Swings that bat behind his ear, fouls one out of play, and it's 2-1.
Considering how well Kimball is throwing so far, Hughes is throwing good game himself here. I mean, this is the reason why this is a 1-0 game. Marquette, they're just 1 swing away from tying this game up. You got to keep that in mind.
The 2-1 pitch is hit up the middle for the first hit of the game for the Explorers. A line drive up the middle for Liam Mayer with 1 out here in the 4th.
Yeah, that one running on the inner. I think he wanted to go a little more inside than what he got there. Got a little too much of the plate, and Mayer just does a nice job taking it right back through the box. And Marquette's first hit, second base runner. Gives a 1-out chance here for Eggering, the cleanup hitter. Flied out to right his first time.
When the Jersey Panthers scored their lone run, it started with a 1-out single.
Let's see if they get aggressive here on the bases. Same situation. You try to get a runner in the scoring position and see if your 4 or 5 hitters can come up with a big hit to tie the game.
Kimball steps off after looking in for the sign. Now he'll throw a lazy throw over to first base.
I think that's exactly what he's paying attention to.
Not a big lead from Mayer.
I don't know what kind of a base runner he is as far as stolen bases is concerned.
Off-speed pitch, couldn't get it over. It's 1-0 to Eggering. And he's dangerous in that cleanup spot for Marquette. There's a reason why he's batting there. Can drive in some runs. Another throw over to first, a lazy throw. Runner gets back easily. Nate Senior on deck for the Explorers. One 1-0 pitch on the way, and he hits the batter. We saw a hit by pitch earlier in this game when Jacob Feil reached in the second inning. And now with 1 out, 1 on in the fourth, Eggering reaches on a hit by pitch.
Fastball that just got away from him there. And first time Marquette's got 2 base runners on, and obviously far and away their best chance at scoring.
The Jersey Panthers had 2 hits in the inning that they scored their run, but it was that second hit was after the Panthers had scored the first run, so they hadn't had 2 runners on. Mayer takes his lead off second. Eggering is on at first. Senior digs in, squares to bunt, pulls it back and watches a ball miss outside. After striking out 4 in a row, Kimball has let a couple get away from him here. Kanalikin playing behind the runner at first. Runners take the lead. Here's a pitch on the inside part of the plate called strike 1 to Senior. It's 1-1.
He's not afraid to go inside, outside on these batters. Really doing a pretty good job so far today of, I don't know if he's got these hitters guessing, but making them think.
Another pitch on the way from the righty Kimball. This one misses, and it's 2-1 to Senior. Jacob Feil on deck for the Explorers.
Now the wind is shifted, blowing straight out.
Straight out towards center, maybe a little bit towards right. Here's a line drive up the middle. Center fielder comes up throwing. Kennedy's throw to the plate is not in time. Diving in across the plate is Mayer for the tying run, and we're knotted up at 1 here in the 4th inning. Mayer scores from second on a single up the middle by Senior.
Just out of the reach, hit hard enough where Varble couldn't get to that one, and he's a big boy. If he's not able to get to a ball, had to be hit pretty hard, and good piece of 1-out hitting there to tie the game up.
Kennedy came up throwing. His throw is pretty much on line, but it maybe bounced 1 too many times. If it was a one-hopper, might have been close. Instead, it's runners on first and second, 1 run across, still just 1 out in the inning, and Marquette has tied it. Here's a half swing by Feil, and they ask the base umpire, and they call it a strike. So it's an 0-1 count to Jacob Feil. Eggering could not advance to third despite the throw coming to home plate.
I'm surprised. I really thought he had a chance to get there.
He didn't push it. With 2 outs, he probably would have. There's an off-speed pitch that catches the strike zone, and it's 0-2 to Feil. Mike Neal on deck. 2 hits in the inning, 1 run across, an RBI for Senior. He takes his lead at first. Eggering is at second. Feil awaits the pitch. Here's a ground ball towards short. Varble to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. And Tallman, after cutting his elbow, diving back into first, may have taken a little bit of a spike on that slide at second base on the force out.
Wasn't necessarily hit hard enough where you can get a double play turned on that. Varble does a nice job of getting the back runner there. Naturally, you want to go second to first on that to try to turn the double play. He would have been foolish to try to get the lead runner there.
So now runners at the corners with 2 outs. And Neal steps in. Here's a fly ball to left. In his tracks, Clendenin makes the catch for out number 3. 1 run across on 2 hits. The Explorers leave 2. We're tied now after 3.5 innings. The Panthers come to bat. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
One of the greatest myths about car dealers is that some pay less for their cars than others. Hi, I'm John Roberts, and we all pay the same. Here at Roberts Motors, we can compete with any Ford dealer, regardless of how big they are or how great they say their deals are. The number one concern of anyone buying a car today is service. At Roberts Motors, we pride ourselves in exceptional service before, after, and during the sale. Stop in today and see why Roberts has been the home of happy customers since 1949, or see us online at RiverBender.com.
Coming in the fourth, it was an RBI single by Senior that drives in Mayer with the tying run. For the Jersey Panthers, they've got 1 run on 2 hits, and they've left 1 on base. Varble leads off the bottom half of the fourth for the Jersey Panthers. Varble, Kanalikin, Tallman for Jersey. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is fouled out of play. 1-1 to Varble, the Panthers shortstop.
Let's see if Hughes pitches with a little renewed confidence here. Not that he was lacking any before. Little extra shot in the arm here now that his team has gotten him a run.
Off-speed pitch called strike 2. Varble couldn't pull the trigger on that one.
He doesn't look comfortable up at the plate.
Here's a ball, misses in the dirt, bounces to the catcher Eggering, and the count's 2-2.
He struck out back in the first inning and looked like he was overpowered. We'll see what happens here on a 2-2 pitch.
There's a fly ball to center. Going back is Holtz. And a high fly ball finally comes down, and Varble's out number 1 here in the fourth.
Nobody's really driving the ball here so far today. Everything to the outfield. Batters are getting underneath the ball, which usually indicates that back shoulder's dropping and maybe swinging at pitches above the waist, more chest high and above. And Kanalikin, who grounded out his first time, bats with nobody on here.
First pitch, ball 1 to Drake Kanalikin. 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to lead off the second. Another pitch on the way, and it's hit hard to right field or left field, and it will drop fair. He rounds first and will be looking for 2. The throw is not in time. Trotting into second with a stand-up double is Drake Kanalikin. There's one of those hard-hit drives, Louis, a line drive down that left field line.
He was able to turn. That pitch was fastball, inner part of the plate. He opens up his body there and is able to drive it instead of getting underneath that ball and just swing straight through the baseball, and a good piece of hitting right down that line. Our first extra base hit of the game, and Jersey's third, and Tallman's up there. He has scored their lone run. He's 1 for 1. He had a base hit, now with an RBI chance.
He squared on that first pitch from Hughes, pulled the bat back. The ball misses, and it's 1-0. Tallman scored the Jersey Panther run in the second. After singling, stealing second, taking third on a ground out, and then scoring on a wild pitch. Small ball. There's a pitch inside, ball 2. Dylan Wilfong on deck for the Panthers. We're in the fourth, 1-1 ball game. Panthers have a runner on second with 1 out. Taking his lead, Kanalikin, trying to keep them close, the middle infielders for the Explorers.
Really exposing the middle of the field by both middle infielders are really playing closer towards the bag. It's opening up both sides.
And then the first baseman, respecting the bunt, he's in on the grass, so there's a lot of space, especially on the right side of the diamond. Here's a ball getting away, and Kanalikin's going to try to get to third. Here's the throw, not in time. Kanalikin slides in safely as Eggering couldn't handle the pitch.
That's a ball that needs to be handled. I'm going to call that a pass ball.
Yeah, it hit his glove. I don't think it hit the dirt at all. Hit his glove and just trickled away. And Kanalikin read it well. He was able to slide in under the tag at third, and Panthers again benefiting with some heads-up base running. Runner on third with 1 out. And Tallman watches a strike, and it's 3-1 now.
And true to form, not a lot of runs in this game. Both pitchers playing well. They're playing the infield in.
You wouldn't discount a squeeze bunt here from Tallman. Here's a fly ball. Will it get out of play? Yes. Foul ball down the left side into the batting cages
Well,
beyond the dugout.
He swung at ball 4, though, Craig.
Well, you got to protect the plate. I mean, even though it was 3-1.
I always say 3-1. If it's not exactly what you're looking for, you're in the driver's seat.
Now it's full, and he gets hit. We saw Kimball hit a couple. Hughes hits one here, puts runners at the corners with 1 out.
I don't think that was intentional by
no.
any means there. He just trying to run a fastball inside that a little too far inside. Now, if you're Darren Perdun, with the infield playing in, let's see if they do. Well, no, now they're going to move the middle infield back to double play depth. Do you try to steal a run here or start that runner from first base to stay out of the double play?
I think you're going to see that runner taken off. Either there's going to be a bunt play or there's going to be a steal here.
They're playing in at the corners.
First pitch is a ball, and the runner on a delayed steal takes second with no throw. Tallman didn't run with the pitch, but after the ball got to the catcher, he was off to second base with no throw. So now two runners in scoring position, runners at second and third. Wilfong watches one miss low, and it's 2-0. Dylan Wilfong, designated hitter. Where's number 6, batting for the third baseman, Manning. 1-1 ball game, but the Panthers are threatening here in the bottom of the 4th after the Explorers tied the game in the top half of this inning. John Hughes looks in for the sign, and Wilfong asks for timeout and gets it.
Well, how about this? You haven't played much, if any, varsity this year, and how about a big spot here in a regional game?
Here's a ground ball to third. They're going to come home with the throw. The tag is there, and they get the play at home to record the out as Kanelican was going on contact on a ground ball to the third baseman, and Mayer came home. Good throw. Making the tag was Eggering, out number 2.
Well, and yeah, like you said, he's going on contact there, and with him playing in,
Now batting, catcher, number 4, Hunter.
all you have to do basically there, if you're Manning, is just glove and make sure you get a good throw home, and they're able to cut down that all-important go-ahead run there.
So reaching on the fielder's choice is Wilfong. Out at home is Kanelican for out number 2, and that brings in Hunter Bryant with runners on the corners. Strike 1 called to Bryant. Wilfong was not running on that first delivery from Hughes.
I would think at some point here he's going to have to go.
He takes his lead off first. Runner at third, inches away.
Make sure he throws the baseball, though.
There's a ball in the dirt to Eggering. Still, runner not going.
That's the pitch he should have been going on. I think Chris Skinner's telling him right now.
He said you should have been down there.
Yep. Easily. He wouldn't have even drawn a throw there. I don't think he would have drawn a throw whether the ball was caught cleanly or not.
Perdun going through the signs in the third base coach's box and prompts Hughes to step off. Wilfong takes his lead. Here's a swing and a ground ball to short. In the hole is Weinman. He'll throw across in time to record the out. Long throw from the hole, and they get the runner at first as the stretch was made by Senior, and the Explorers get out of the inning without allowing a run. We've played 4 full innings. We're tied at 1. Panthers strand 2 in the 4th. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Dad, the toilet's clogged again.
Rooterman to the rescue. We'll clean any drain, anytime, anywhere. Rooterman is your locally owned and operated plumbing and drain cleaning company. We're friendly, fast, and reliable. Rooterman takes the extra steps to protect your home while providing stellar 24-hour emergency superhero service with hometown pricing. So for plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, water heaters, filtration systems, or just when your house pipes are in trouble, call Rooterman.
Top of the 5th inning. I remind our listeners that you are tuned to WBGZ Alton. 5th inning. Brady McAfee leading off for the Explorers. McAfee, Messenger, and Weinman for the Explorers.
We are 1 hour old. How do you like that?
There's a fly ball to left. It will drop in front of the left fielder, Clendenin, and it will be a long single for McAfee as he rounds first and holds on with a leadoff single to start the 5th.
Number 8 hitter there attacks the first pitch, and I'm guessing, Messenger, you have one job to do here. Put the bat out in front of the plate, deaden it somewhere, and get that runner to second base for the top of the order.
McAfee, Messenger, and Weinman were all strikeout victims for Kimball back in the 3rd inning. Here's a bunt back to the mound. He'll go to second. Was it in time? Yes. And the throw over.
Oh, they called them both safe.
Oh, safe at second. So both are safe as the relay, and here comes Darren Perdun. He wants to talk about it.
I thought they had the runner at second base.
I was a little bit screened, and I could see the play, but I couldn't see the umpire. So I called it as I saw it, and I did not see the umpire. And the umpire says they're both safe. I agree that the runner at first was safe, but Darren Perdun saw it a little bit differently, and it's going to result in a fielder's choice with both runners safe, and it's first and second with nobody out. Darren Perdun letting his feelings be known to the base umpire, and you're not going to get the call changed, but you might get a call go your way if it's close later in the game.
Darren Perdun doesn't get too fired up, but boy, I can't say I blame him. I mean, it's an important play, and I thought Kimball did the right thing by going to second base, and
it was bunted right back to him, and he didn't hesitate. Threw it to second, and the call goes to the Explorers. So now runners on first and second, and the leadoff man comes up. And the Explorers are threatening here to take the lead for the first time as we play in the 5th. Kimball's first pitch to Weinman is fouled out of play. Strike 1 to Zach Weinman. Flied out to center in the 1st. Struck out looking in the 3rd. Danny Holtz on deck. He struck out twice in this game. Kimball checks the runner at second. Misses with an off-speed pitch in the dirt, dug out by Bryant. Counts 1-1.
I thought maybe they would try to sacrifice here as well.
Runners take their lead. Right-handed batter, Weinman. Now he squares. Gets a piece of a bunt. It looked like he was bunting for a hit.
Yep.
It wasn't your traditional sacrifice bunt attempt. And it's strike 2 to Weinman. Danny Holtz on deck. Should Weinman do something here that moves the runners over or maybe drives a run in? Runners on first and second, nobody out. Off-speed pitch, grounded to third. Third baseman comes up throwing. Manning gets the runner at first for the first out of the inning, but the runners do advance to second and third respectively.
It's as good as a bunt. Same thing. Ball wasn't hit particularly hard, but it was effective. That's all that they were looking for there. And well, Marquette got out of second and third and one out in the bottom of the 4th. Now Jersey looking at the same thing, and yep, they're going to play the infield in here.
If Weinman would have hit that ball hard, Manning could have raced the runner back to the bag and got the lead runner.
Yeah.
But it was hit so softly, his only play was to first. So all the infielders on the grass, first, second, short, and third, all on the infield grass, looking to come home. Marquette doesn't have to run. It's second and third with Danny Holtz at the plate.
Well,
first pitch strike.
Holtz just basically swung out of his shoes there. I think they just want him to make contact.
Off-speed pitch is flied to left. That should score the run. It may score 2. It's going to go back to the fence and over the fence for a home run. He got all of it in one of the deepest parts of this field. We talked about 370 in the gap, but this was in left center field just under the scoreboard. A 3-run home run for Danny Holtz.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, Craig, you just got away with throwing him a curveball in the first pitch. Why would you throw him another curveball there when you've got runners playing in? Your infield's playing in. You're almost enticing the batter there to hit the ball hard somewhere and force your teammates to make a play. Not only did you throw him a mistake, gave him an opportunity to hit a one over the fence.
And he cleared the fence over the, I'd say, the left center field gap there, and going back was Clendenin, and all he could do was watch it clear the fence, and it's a 4-1 lead for the Explorers. Danny Holtz, strikeout victim, his first 2 times up, but a 3-run home run here in the 5th to give Marquette the 4-1 advantage. Coming around to score McAfee and Messenger. Still just 1 out in the inning. Mayer batting now.
I mean, I really question the pitch selection there.
Well, he got him swinging on that first pitch curveball. Went back to the well for another, and he was waiting for it.
You're living dangerously by doing that, and you got burned.
Another pitch misses the zone, and it's 2-1 now to Liam Mayer. Eggering on deck. Mayer scored the first run of the game for the Explorers. That tied it back in the 4th inning. Here's a fly ball, will drop foul down the left side. So it's 2-2 count to Mayer. Jersey Panthers scored the first run of the game. That was back in the 2nd inning. Marquette's tied it in the 4th with a lone run. And they've plated 3 here in the 5th on a 3-run home run from Holtz. Here's a pitch, just misses the mark, and the count goes full 3-2 to Mayer. Winner of this game advances to the regional final. The loser has their season come to an end. Kimball's delivery is low. Oh, a called strike at the knees. Light call from the umpire, called strike 3.
I don't think he knew what he wanted to call there. If he did, wasn't real emphatic with it.
No, I didn't see the right hand go up.
No.
And the only way I knew it was a strike is because Hunter Bryant threw down to 3rd.
Yeah, you're right. That's the only way I knew, too.
Here's a swing and a foul ball in the first pitch to Eggering. 2 outs in the inning.
I thought it was ball 4.
It was low, right at the knees, according to the umpire. The 0-1 pitch, curveball. Strike 2. That strikeout for Kimball was his 6th of the game. Struck out 1 in the 1st. Struck out the side in the 3rd. Struck out the leadoff man in the 4th. And that's his first strikeout since. This one on 0-2 misses, and it's 1-2 to Eggering. Nate Seener on deck. He had the first RBI of the game for the Explorers. Holtz with the other 3. This one bounces in there, and the count's 2-2 to Jacob Eggering. Marquette 18-11 on the season. Jersey 17-15. And Jersey won the lone matchup between these two teams earlier this season. Played right here at Ken Shell Field. Kimball looks in, peeks over his glove, delivers, and misses for ball 3. Counts full.
Well, it's obvious he's allowed that home run to really bother him here. I mean, maybe not so much to the last batter. He struck him out on a 3-2 pitch, but not the same pitcher.
3-2 pitch here, misses low and inside. He was ahead 0-2 and lost him in a walk with 2 outs here in the 5th.
Well, Chris Skinner's going to go out and talk to him. He can see this. It's no secret.
Chris Skinner with a slow walk, and Kimball meets him halfway between the pitcher's mound and the third base line. They'll proceed to the mound where the rest of the infielders will gather. The catcher, Hunter Bryant, also comes out for a meeting.
He's probably still, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it now, but he's probably still upset about that bunt and the play at second base. They felt like they had the lead runner out and didn't benefit from the call. Marquette did. And as a senior, you got to eliminate that stuff and just go back and do your job. Let your coaches, let them rant and rave and vent their frustrations about it, but you've got a job to do, and it's certainly affected the inning so far.
I would imagine when you have your discussion with the coaches after the game, that will be a key turning point in this one.
I might bring it up.
1 on, 2 out as Seener steps in.
If I don't, you know who will.
The elder statesman of the print media. There's a pitch low, and it's 2-0 to Seener. Drove in the Marquette first run of the game last inning with a single. And that came with 1 out in the 4th. Now there's 2 outs in the 5th, and Marquette now leads 4-1. Here's a ground ball to short. Varble will go to second for the force out, and that ends the inning. But Marquette plates 3 on a big fly by Danny Holtz. A 3-run home run gives the Explorers the 4-1 lead. We played 4.5 innings. Jersey comes to bat in the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There's also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
4 in this game. Jersey Panthers batting in the 5th have 1 run on 3 hits. They've left 3 here in the game. Swing and a miss by Brendan Kennedy, the Panther center fielder, leading off the 5th inning. John Hughes back to work for the Explorers, now pitching with the lead for the first time. Gets a strike called at the knees, and it's quickly 0-2 to Kennedy. Clendenin on deck. Jacob Witt will bat 3rd this inning. Right-handed batter Kennedy swings, grounds one to second. Off the glove and into short center field. It's an error on the second baseman Messenger, and the Panthers have the leadoff man on.
First error of the game, and boy, you just gave your pitcher a 3-run lead. The last thing you want to do is start giving extra outs and give this Jersey team any kind of life, knowing you're in the home stretch of this game. Now's the time to start making plays.
Panthers stranded a couple on in the 4th inning to get the leadoff man to reach here in the 5th. 9th place batter Michael Clendenin bats, with Kennedy taking his lead off first. Holding him is Senior. Hughes on the mound checks, and we're going to get a timeout called. Hughes peeks over his shoulder, checks the runner at first, throws over, diving back in Kennedy safely. Beautiful afternoon for baseball. My name's Craig Ballman. Got Louis Korak alongside for the broadcast on the Big Z. Stay tuned, more baseball to come. Here's a high pitch swung on and missed by Clendenin. Saw that pitch up in his eyes and offered at it.
In slow pitch softball, that looks good, but
strike 2. We've seen some wailing at the pitches by Clendenin. He likes to swing at almost anything near the plate. Fouls another one. Count remains 0-2. I don't know if he's taken a pitch in his 2 at-bats here today.
Yeah, he was 2-2 before he grounded out to pitch.
There's a ground ball past the first baseman into right field. The runner from first will go all the way to 3rd on back-to-back batters reaching base as Clendenin goes the other way and slices it into right field.
Well, that's just a mistake pitch there, and that's that situation where Kimball was able to successfully throw an 0-2 pitch for a strike. That time, Hughes did not get away with it, and more of an inside-out swing, wouldn't you say? Kind of I don't want to call it a cue shot, but he squirted it over towards that right side, but there was a big hole over there with the second baseman playing closer towards the bag.
Yeah, looking for a double play, and then the first baseman holding the man on. So there was a big hole there, and he found it. And the runner going to 3rd, as it was not hit very sharply enough for the right fielder to come charge in and make a play.
Well, so Jersey's got to score here. I mean, there's no doubt about it. If you're going to get back in the game, you have to score something here.
First 2 have reached, and the leadoff man is on. Witt swings on the first pitch. It's towards the gap in right field and will drop for a hit. Drives in 1. The runner from first will go to 3rd as the ball gets away on the throw back to the infield. So an RBI single by Witt, swinging on the first pitch, drives in Kennedy, and that makes it a 4-2 ball game. Clendenin goes to 3rd as that ball dropped in right center field, and now there's a meeting on the mound for the Explorers as John Hughes has allowed the first 3 to reach here in the 5th.
Well, you know, tough break for Hughes there because, again, he got the ground ball on the first batter and you gave him an extra out. And, boy, what do they always say? You boot the ball, or if you walk the leadoff man, how many times do they wind up coming around to score? It never fails. And I think he's just going to come out and talk to him here to settle him down. Tying runs on base, and you give a little credit here to Jersey coming back in the game. It's the bottom of the order getting it done. Now looking for the top to get the job done here.
Got the right guys coming up for the Panthers. Crick Kimball, Jake Varble on deck, and then the leading RBI man, Drake Kanelican, could also bat this inning. Got a speedy runner at first in Jacob Witt, and as aggressive as Darren Perdun has been, you expect him to get down to second base and get in scoring position promptly for Crick Kimball.
You want to be careful, though, too. You don't want to get thrown into that first out either.
Runner is going. Squaring to bunt was Kimball. No throw down to second as Witt steals it easily, and now runners on second and third. Pitches a ball to Kimball, and now the Panthers' big swinger has an opportunity to drive in a couple.
Base hit away from tying it up, and boy, Craig, look at that line down the right field line. Boy, if he turns on a pitch down there,
he can run for a couple of days. And he was trying.
Yep, that was it.
That pitch, Hughes threw it by Kimball, who left his shoes trying to yank that one to right field. 1-1.
That was just a straight fastball from Hughes there, and goes, I still got a little bit of life left in this thing, Coach.
Another from Hughes. This one's flied towards the left field foul line. It will go out of play, foul. Makes the count 1-2 to Kimball.
I mean, he flied out to center his last time, but more of a pop out to center field. He hasn't gotten a ton of good swings in this game either.
.325 hitter on the season.
We're going to try to go inside on him.
Here's a swing and a miss, and Kimball is the first out of the inning. Strikeout for Hughes, and that's just his second of the game, catching or third of the game. Kimball twice today.
And the two guys that you want up to the plate, Kimball and Varble, are the two that have struck out 3 times today.
Yeah, Varble bats now. Jacob Varble.
Boy, if this all Jersey gets out of this inning, they're going to really feel bad.
It had the right guys coming up, and right now, I mean, the double play is not in order. You wonder how they will attack Jake Varble here. Do you pitch around him, try to get him to chase something?
Well, they're playing the infield in. You got a 2-run lead. Boy, that's
asking for.
That's living dangerously.
And he hits him. Loads the bases. Second time Hughes has hit a batter today.
And look who's coming up. Kanalikin's got he doubled his last time up and got a really good swing. But you know what? Base was open, so now Marquette can play at double play depth here and see if they can get out of this.
Yeah, they didn't want to hit him.
Not necessarily, but I don't think you want to give him anything to hit either.
No, I mean, you could walk him and get the job done. Now they're infielders, the middle infielders playing at double play depth. The corners are playing in. Kanelican fouls one back to the screen, strike one.
Well, this is another opportunity. Last time Jersey had this in the last inning and didn't get any runs. They've got one here.
Last inning, they came home, got the force out at home on a ground ball to the third baseman. And
well, Hughes did a nice job of getting out of that last inning. We'll see if he can wiggle his way out of this one, too. He's gotten himself in a couple of jams now.
29 RBI on the season for Kanelican. Bases loaded. Watches one here. Called for a ball. Just misses. 1-1.
It's a tough pitch to take there. Not a bad-looking breaking ball from Hughes.
Looked like his timing was off. He would have been way out in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
Swings that bat behind his right ear. Pitch on the way from Hughes in the dirt for a ball. 2-1. Chase Tallman on deck. He's been on base twice in this game. Panthers have scored one this inning. Cut the lead to a 2-run advantage for the Explorers. It's 4-2. Bases loaded.
Big
one
pitch
out.
Here.
Here's a ground ball to third. They're going to come home for the force out. Throw to first is in time for the double play. Again, Panthers put runners on base. Hughes gets the ground ball. And for the second straight inning, Panthers lose a runner at home plate. This time it's the force out. 5-2-3 to end the fifth. Jersey scores one. They strand a couple. Marquette leads by 2 after 5. 4-2 the score. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At Shell Community Federal Credit Union, you are important. We work hard to ensure you have the best banking experience possible. Whether you are inquiring about opening a savings account or wanting to learn more about a loan, our professionals are here to help you with any questions, and we will walk you through every step of the process. Since opening our doors in 1935, we've never forgotten that our members are our most important asset, which is why we continue to excel. For all your banking needs, Shell is the one place to go.
For the Explorers. Jersey missed a couple of opportunities the last couple of innings. They stranded some runners on base.
Well, I mean, at this time of year, and you've got the kind of batters that you want up in those situations, to come away with just one run in that inning, boy, that's just a downer to them, and Marquette's got to take advantage of that.
First pitch swinging foul flies out to Kennedy in center field for out number 1.
First time he's been kept off base. And he's had 3 plate appearances in this game, and he's seen a grand total of 5 pitches. Doesn't waste any time, does he?
He got hit by the pitch to reach in the second inning, and then reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Now swings and flies out to center on the first pitch here. Here's a ball in the dirt, and I don't know if Hunter Bryant caught that one kind of awkwardly. Coach Chris Skinner again is going to walk out to the mound to talk to Crick Kimball. The umpire is taking his time because anytime, the umpire, he knows what those catchers go through, and a catcher, if he gets caught by a ball, he wants to give him every opportunity to gather himself. Chris Skinner wants to take the opportunity to talk with his pitcher and catcher. The rest of the infielders stay at their position.
Who does he think he is, Dave Duncan or what?
He's the pitching guru, and maybe just somebody who, relates well to the kids. Maybe doesn't offer mechanical advice, but can talk about situations and getting your head straight and
more
things
of
like that.
Put a foot in your tail section and get you back to focus kind of a guy.
1 out, nobody on here in the 6th inning. Marquette leads 4-2. Pitch inside to Neal. Popped up in the 2nd inning. Flied out in the 4th inning. 0 for 2. Mike Neal, 2-0 here.
Kimball's up to 81 pitches now.
And he's up to 82 with he misses inside, ball 3. Brady McAfee on deck. Scored the first of those 3 runs in the 5th when he led off with a single. And now with 1 out, Neal reaches on a walk, a 4-pitch walk from Kimball.
I don't know where he was going, but I clearly heard the umpire call that a strike.
Oh.
No, he called that a strike.
Okay.
Well, Neal fooled you too.
Well, he did, because he took off towards first.
I thought I heard strike. I'm like, well, maybe that's the new way of calling ball 4.
And he watches a second strike, so it's 3-2. Well, I've already written in the scorebook that he got a walk, so we'll see what happens with the count now full. And a ground ball into the hole. Varble gets it on 1 hop, throws across the diamond for the out.
He made it look so nonchalant too, didn't he?
Reached with the backhand with his glove. The ball popped free right into his bare hand as he was able to throw across the diamond to get the out.
I mean, that ball was hit on a line. Neal hit the ball. I mean, you couldn't have hit a ball any harder than that. And Varble got it on the short hop, and boy, yeah, just popped right up to him where he could just make a good hard throw.
There's a hard hit ball past the third baseman into the corner in left field. Digging for second is McAfee, and he'll trot into second with a stand-up double. A 2-out double for McAfee, his second hit in as many at-bats after striking out first time up.
Well, he's gone after the first pitch both times. Maybe he's picked something up here, and if you're Jersey, if you see him again, might want to think twice about grooving him one.
He takes his lead at second. There's 2 outs in the inning. The 9th place batter, Messenger, bats.
5th Marquette hit.
Watches one miss low for a ball. Messenger put that ball in play last time, back to the pitcher. They tried for the force out at second, was called safe. Messenger was safe at first on the fielder's choice, and that's that key play back in that 5th inning that started things.
Well, this is the number 9 hitter.
2-0.
Yeah, Kimball's got to go after a batter here.
Gave up the 2-out double to McAfee. Falls behind Messenger. There is 2 outs in the inning. The 2-0 pitch fouled back.
Be a big run if Marquette can get that one back, knowing that they limited the damage to 1 run in the last inning. You get it right back here with 2 outs and nobody on. Could go a long way. I mean, we're getting into the latter portion of this game.
4-2 Explorers. Runner on second with 2 outs. 2-1 pitch on the way. Hit hard to short. Varble keeps it on the infield. Throws across. Not in time. Tag attempt. Misses the runner. Infield single for Messenger. And a 2-out rally now for the Explorers. Runners on the corners.
It's another good play at shortstop. Getting it on the short hop and making a good hard throw. Kanalikin tried that swipe tag there. And the 8-9 hitters again trying to make something happen here and keeping it alive for the top of the order.
Going into the hole was Varble. Came up throwing. Throw was a little bit off the bag. Kanalikin tried the tag. Couldn't quite complete it. And the runners are on the corners with a couple of 2-out hits by the Explorers. Back to the top of the order. Weinman, who is 0 for 3 today, bats with runners at first and third. Weinman grounds towards third. Manning has it go off his glove into short left field. That scores a run. Manning had to go to his left. Ball came up on him, went off his glove, skipped over the shoulder, rolled into short left field, and the run crosses the plate. The Explorers get that run back.
And you give 1 run, you take 1 back here, and this is the time when you got to make plays, and that's a play that's got to be made.
You got to give an error to the third baseman, even though there was a bad hop. Messenger goes to second on the play. Run across, McAfee scores, makes it a 5-2 ball game. And Danny Holtz bats. And what did he do last inning? 3-run home run. Runners on first and second here.
And all of this coming with nobody on and 2 outs. Marquette manufactures a run somehow. And that's the difference in the game. They've been able to manufacture. Jersey's put runners on in scoring position in less than 2 outs. They haven't been able to deliver.
They haven't gotten the big hit. 5-2 Explorers. 2 outs in the 6th. Holtz hard to short. Varble comes up throwing across and gets his man at first base. That ends the inning as Holtz grounds out to shortstop, but not before the Explorers score a run. Make it a 5-2 ball game, back to a 3-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Sports, food, and good times. That's what you'll find at Alton Sports Tap. With our daily specials and the best wings around, no game day is complete without us. Between our main bar, enclosed and outdoor patios, you won't know where to begin your evening. Alton Sports Tap has a spacious banquet center offering plenty of space to host any event and the food to make it great. Whether you stop by to catch a game, grab dinner, or enjoy our new live gaming, Sports Tap has got you covered.
A run added in the top half of the 6th to make it 5-2. And now it's Chase Tallman leading off the 6th for the Jersey Panthers. John Hughes, the right-hander, delivers strike 1 to Chase Tallman. Tallman, Wilfong, Bryant for the Panthers here in the 6th. Another from Hughes, off speed, in for a strike, 0-2. Getting ahead of the batters, got a 3-run lead. That's the first order of business, get ahead of the batters. Here's a fly ball, gonna drop into a short right field on a line drive by Tallman. 0-2 count, and he gets the single going the other way.
I got a feeling the leash is going to be pretty short here on him because, again, that's just an 0-2 pitch you can't make. You get too much of the plate for a team that is down by 3 runs. You know, it wasn't a pulverizing hit, but I mean, he did a nice job of taking where the pitch was given to him, but it got too much of the plate on 0-2 count.
There's another ball into right field. That gets down for a hit. Tallman will go to third, and here's the runner trying for second, sliding in safely. Wilfong give him a double, and it's 2 hits to lead off the 6th to put runners at second and third, and the Panthers have put the first 2 on just like they did in the 5th, and that's going to prompt a visit to the mound.
And how big was getting that unearned run now in the top of the 6th inning, knowing tying run would be standing at second base with nobody out. Now, but, you know, Jersey giving themselves an opportunity once again here, though. I mean, it's tying run has come to the plate, and that's all you can ask for. And, Craig, here it is again where 5 on down are the guys that are kind of getting the job done for this offense right now, or at least getting the ball rolling for the guys they need to hit the ball that just haven't gotten it done so far.
Tallman's been on base 3 times. Wilfong's now been on base twice. Bryant has been on base 1 time. Kennedy's been on base once. Clendenin has been on base 1 time. Yeah, the Panthers, bottom of the order, have been setting the table for the top of the order, but those big bats that we hear so much about, Crick Kimball and Jake Barble, have not been able to get it done when they've had runners in scoring position.
Well, Coach Feinstock made the visit to the mound there, and I got a feeling that, again, I think he told him, he's like, you're at the end of your leash here. You've been living dangerously the last couple of innings. How many times are you going to try to wiggle yourself out of this? Hughes has done a good job the last couple of innings of doing that. But you keep doing it over and over again, sooner or later the bug's going to bite you.
Nobody warming up for the Explorers. Hughes faces Bryant and hits him.
Oh, wow.
Pitch inside. Bryant didn't really get out of the way too much. He let it hit him. And the bases are loaded for Brendan Kennedy.
Well, you know what the old saying is that you hear out of the dugout, wear it.
Yeah.
Easier for the guys in the dugout to say wear it, but I mean, that's your obligation. If you don't want to get out of the way from it, you take one for the team. And boy, if Jerseyville doesn't take advantage of this opportunity.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Brendan Kennedy steps in.
You're down to 8-9 here.
Pitch is high from Hughes, 1-0.
I think what might be smart here is if you're Jersey, you do have a tired pitcher out there. He's up to 92 pitches now. So you've got a pitcher that's probably wearing thin here. If he starts getting behind in the count, you may want to start taking some.
There's a swing by Kennedy. I'm surprised they don't have somebody warming up.
I am shocked.
And, I mean, there's nobody really in the dugout that's...
There's a full dugout of players over there.
They've got a lot of players on this roster.
Unless they're
they
going to bring somebody in from
the field. Here's a pitch taken by Kennedy for ball 2, 2-1.
You got to feel if this runner reaches base. But again, like you said, there's nobody warming up, but you can't think that he's long for this game.
Pitch inside, misses.
Nope.
And it's a called strike, and it's 2-2. So 2-2 count to Brendan Kennedy. Now he's got to protect the plate. How many Panthers have had 2 runners cut down at home plate, so it's in line again for a force out at home. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Kennedy, and he's the first out here in the 6th.
And I was just going to say, the last thing you need here, too, is a strikeout. Looks like we got a pinch hitter here.
The Panthers will bring a pinch hitter to the plate, Mitch Stockstill. Some new players on the Panther roster added for the postseason. And Stockstill bats here in the 6th for Clendenin.
You surprised here considering Clendenin got a base hit his last time?
I am, because these are players, Wilfong and Stockstill, who were not on the roster all season long.
Yeah.
And Ben Ware, we saw him as a pinch runner. There's other players that have been on this roster that are getting bypassed. Here's a foul ball by Stockstill, and maybe these JV players had shown during that course of the JV season that they can come through in a situation like this and playing the hunch.
Well, I don't know.
Stockstill fouls the first pitch. He's in the hole, 0-1. Here's a line drive foul, and it's quickly 0-2.
Boy, now you're set up for another strikeout, and boy, this would be something if Hughes can work himself out of this mess again with no runs scored.
Yeah, the fourth inning, they left 2 on.
Second and third, 1 out, didn't score. Bases loaded, last inning got 1 run.
Here's the pitch from Hughes, misses low for a ball. It was probably intentional.
Well, he probably learned from Tallman's hit. He went 0-2 on him and gave him too much of the plate.
And he probably knows that this is a JV type player that
could chase after a pitch.
Yeah. So the 1-2 pitch on the way. Another one low in the dirt, goes 2-2 to the pinch hitter Stockstill. Where's number 21 on his white Panther jersey? Doesn't appear that the pants and shirt match. It's probably the JV pants. Hughes looks in for the sign. It's a 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Stockstill, and it's 2 strikeouts for Hughes after the bases were loaded.
Unbelievable.
He got Kennedy swinging. Now he gets the pinch hitter Stockstill. We go to the top of the order. Witt bats with the bases loaded.
I mean, this is incredible what this kid is working himself into and how he's getting out of it.
After a visit to the mound, now we're going to get a courtesy runner for Bryant. After Bryant reached first, he's going to be lifted for a courtesy runner. And was that Jacob Ridenauer? Who's that? I couldn't see the number. Is that
10?
Number 10? Yeah, Jacob Ridenauer. Jacob Witt bats with the bases loaded. 2 outs now. First pitch misses for a ball.
From bases loaded, nobody out, to bases loaded and 2 outs.
Well, if somehow the Panthers extend the inning, then you've got Crick Kimball, Jacob Barble, who are due up next. It's a 5-2 ball game. Hughes with another, misses low, ball 2.
This is a dangerous hitter, though. I mean, to me, out of everybody in Jersey's lineup, in this situation, as consistent as he's been all year, this might be who I want up there right now more than anybody.
Singled last time up. Grounds one here to third.
Unbelievable. He's going to get out of it again.
Throws across low. Oh, no. 1 run scores. Here comes another. The throw not made to home plate. 2 runs cross on a throwing error by Mayer.
Oh, my.
It was a routine ground ball to the third baseman. Didn't really rush his throw, kind of took his time, and he bounced it across, and Senior couldn't dig it out. Throwing error. 2 runs score, and the Panthers get a break on a miscue by the third baseman, Mayer, and an error.
Should have been out of the inning, my goodness.
And aggressive base running, those runners not quitting. They were running hard from first and second, and they both advance an extra base. So runners on the corners now. And Crick Kimball due up, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
And the tying run, 90 feet away.
No RBIs for Witt, but he reaches base and 2 runs cross on the air. Here's a ground ball foul. And the count's 1-1. Still no activity in the now we get somebody going down to the bullpen.
I thought I saw somebody getting ready in a hurry.
Number 28. No, number 29. I believe it's Max Gopel going down there.
And there's the
runner, goes to second. Witt.
Potential go-ahead run now. I didn't think I'd be saying that in this situation. My goodness, these teams are just flirting with danger all afternoon here.
It's a 1-run ball game now. 5-4 Marquette. 2 runs across for Jersey. Kimball swings and misses here, makes it 1-2.
Boy, he's had some hittable pitches that Hughes has gotten away with throwing him here, and Kimball's just come up empty-handed. Boy, Hughes should have been out of the inning.
He got what he wanted, the ground ball. The defense failed him.
Well, let's see if he's able to recover mentally here, because that can obviously weigh on you when you know you should have been out of it unscathed.
Well, Kimball has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. He's had runners on base in front of him. Big opportunity here. Pitch from Hughes, misses outside. Count goes to 3-2 now.
Well, you've got a base open here. Do you dare pitch to Varble with the bases loaded? Again.
Varble's 0 for 2. Reached base on a hit by pitch last time up.
I think they're trying to buy some time here, and that is...
Is it Gopel,
That's
correct?
Gopel down there.
I thought Gopel might be in line to start on Saturday.
Well, you got to try to. There is no Saturday if somehow you fritter this away. But I am really surprised. Well, I mean, Craig, he only threw 70 some odd pitches, but again, that was 2 days ago, so you're talking about 1 day's rest here. I don't know.
We're in the 6th. If he gets called on for the 7th, it would only be for 3 outs. Here's a swing and a pop-up on the infield.
I think he swung at ball 4.
Under it is Senior. High pop-up, caught for out number 3. And the Jersey Panthers, after loading the bases with nobody out,
are lucky to get 2 runs.
Get 2 runs on an infield error, and then Kimball, with runners on 2nd and 3rd and 2 out, pops up to end the inning. Panthers score 2. It's now a 5-4 ball game. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Jersey Panthers and the Marquette Explorers from the Jersey Class 3A Boys Regional. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts?
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to State Farm agent Tom Lane to help you plan for your future today.
Get some gold stars for working out of trouble in these 4, 5, and 6 innings.
I don't know if he craves trouble, but boy, he doesn't seem to really get frazzled out there. And again, to his credit, he should have been out of that. Bases loaded, nobody out. He should have been out of it unscathed.
He got strikeouts when he needed it with the bases loaded, then got the ground out he wanted, but instead it was an error to score 2. Here's a hard hit ball into right field for a leadoff single for Liam Mayer.
I don't know how much more Kimball's got here, and I'm just watching his body language there, and he doesn't look like he's got it right now. And I don't know if he's still just fretting about not coming through at the plate in that last inning, but he looks like he's spent.
Yeah, carrying over maybe what he wasn't able to do at the plate to the mound, and that's something you want to avoid. Here's another hard hit ball. This one's going to carry to the right fielder, Witt, who makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, he's as sure-handed as that team's got out there. Good-looking swing from Eggering there, and he's flied out twice to right field now. Pretty well hit balls, and that one right on the button, too.
Nate Senior bats with runner on first. Lazy throw over to first. Nate Senior in this game reached on a single back in the 4th. Otherwise, he's grounded out twice, and he's 1 for 3 with an RBI. RBIs for Marquette, Senior, and then Holtz with the 3-run home run. Not a lot of RBI to talk about for the Panthers with runs scoring on errors. There's a line drive to center, coming in, catching it on a bounce as Kennedy throws in behind the runner at second, and it was cut off.
If they were paying attention to that, I think they could have gotten the runner there. He really took that for granted.
Yeah, the throw was cut off by the second baseman. Varble was at the bag. It was the second baseman, Tallman, right at the edge of the grass, who cut that throw off. Otherwise,
I think that's it here.
Here comes Darren Perdun to talk with his infielders, and he meets Crick Kimball. Has he reached for the baseball just yet? There is action in the bullpen for the Panthers. It's their left-hander, and I assume that's Mortland if it's the left-hander. And they're going to call for the relief pitcher, and Kimball will probably take third base. He throws his pitching glove to the dugout. And we could see a couple of different changes. It may be Kimball going to first and Kanelican coming out of the game. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like Kimball's going to stay in and play first base. Kanelican will go to the dugout.
I think he's going to third, actually. Kanelican.
Boy, I would usually see Kimball at third and Kanelican stay at first, but it looks like it will be Kanelican at third base. The new pitcher is Will Mortland. He's going to throw some warm-up pitches. We'll send it back to the station. There's a pitching change in Jerseyville in the top of the 7th inning. Runners on first and second with one out. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There's also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
It's imperative that you hold them to a 0 here, and if you're Marquette, well, you'd love to get those runs back that you basically gave them in the bottom of the 6th.
Mortland is new to the mound. Kimball goes to first base. Kanelican goes across the diamond to third, and Manning comes out of the game.
Believe it or not, I'm going to give you one guess how many pitches Kimball finished with.
100, exactly.
Bingo. Right on the number. It's almost like they knew it.
1-1, Mortland to File.
100 pitches right on the button.
And
Hughes is at 110.
He's well over 100. Runners at first and second take their lead. Pitch on the way is fouled out of play, and it's 1-2 to Jacob File. File in this game reached on a hit by pitch, reached on a fielder's choice, and then flied out in the 6th. Left-hander Will Mortland from the stretch delivers, swing and a miss, strikeout of Jacob File.
I guess that's the ability that he's got. Mortland's not going to overpower you, but he's good enough to mix his pitches up and get you maybe swinging out in front of it, and comes up with a big strikeout there.
6 strikeouts in the game for Kimball. That's the first of the game for Mortland.
1 walk in the game.
And 1 walk.
Give up 8 hits, and
here's a pop-up. Will it go out of play? Yes, and it's foul down the first base line. So there's 2 outs now in the 7th. Runners at first and second. Mortland in relief of Kimball. As we approach the top of the hour, you're listening to WBGZ Alton. See, the Highland team has arrived. CM was here a little bit ago. There's a tap foul. And Mike Neal now in the hole, 0-2. Neal was the catcher warming up Gopel down in the bullpen.
Well, Mortland's got him set up 0-2 now, and with him not being an overpowering pitcher.
Here's a foul.
Went after him anyway.
A little bit in on the hands.
Might have got away with one.
Stays 0-2. Crafty left-hander, Will Mortland.
Not in the Brian Hudson mold.
No.
I would say.
Not the overpowering, tall, lanky. This is short in stature.
Might reach Hudson's kneecaps in height.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, misses outside.
He's a little guy.
Mortland making his 14th appearance on the season. 9 of his appearances have been starts. He's pitched 4 complete games. His record is 4-5. And he's arguably the number 2 pitcher on this Panther roster and was in line to start the regional final should Panthers win. But right now they trail 5-4. Here's a pitch, misses in the dirt, and the count goes 2-2. 2 outs in the inning, runners on first and second. Kimball is responsible for these 2 runners. He has allowed 5 on the day. Explorers lead 5-4. And stepping off is Mortland as he spins to second base to chase the runner back. Mayer leads off from second. Senior is on at first. Neal digs in from the right side. Mortland checks the runners and delivers. Off-speed pitch. in the dirt.
Well, the runners will be off and running now. That's the last thing you wanted. If you had him 0-2, now you run it full, so anything in the gap here could conceivably score 2 runs.
And even if it's hard hit at one of the outfielders, it should score the runner from second.
Oh, no doubt.
And there they go. Here's the foul. Back to the screen. Count stays full, 3-2. Brady McAfee on deck for the Explorers, trying to get an insurance run here in the 7th. They trailed 1-0, tied it in the 4th. 3-run home run by Danny Holtz in the 5th gave them a 3-run lead. After the Panthers scored a run in their half of the 5th, Explorers answered with 1 of their own in the 6th. Jersey came back with 2 in the 6th to pull within 1. Here's the pitch by Mortland. Inside, called strike 3. 2 strikeouts after coming in from the bullpen from Will Mortland. And the Panthers get out of trouble in the 7th. The Explorers have 2 hits in the inning, but they leave 2. We go to the bottom of the 7th in a 1-run ball game. It's Marquette 5, Jersey 4. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At Shell Community Federal Credit Union, you are important. We work hard to ensure you have the best banking experience possible. Whether you are inquiring about opening a savings account or wanting to learn more about a loan, our professionals are here to help you with any questions, and we will walk you through every step of the process. Since opening our doors in 1935, we've never forgotten that our members are our most important asset, which is why we continue to excel. For all your banking needs, Shell is the one place to go.
Highland is set to play Civic Memorial in the other boys semifinal. And then we go to softball later this evening as Alton plays Quincy, and that game from Alton High School will be the 3rd broadcast of our triple header. John Hughes goes out to start the 7th.
That was pitch number 1-1-1. That's all I'm going to say.
Foul ball by Jake Varble, strike 1, as Hughes tries to finish what he started.
111.
Off-speed pitch hit by Varble to center field, and it drops and goes to the fence. Varble rounds first and digs for second, where he will stand up with a double to lead off the 7th. The Panthers have had base runners, and Varble, when he couldn't come through with runners on, leads off the 7th with a double. And Tim Fanstock has seen enough. He's going to take the slow walk to the pitcher's mound. The infielders are congratulating John Hughes. His day is done. He's in line for the win. He is responsible for the runner at second. He cannot suffer the loss in this game. He can only be the winner. John Hughes will be removed from the ball game to the delight of the Marquette crowd after a pitching performance where he worked out of trouble often in this game. And now it's Max Gopel, who got the win in the play-in game versus Triad, on to pitch for Marquette, looking to nail down the win. There's a pitching change, so we'll take a break. We'll return with more from the Snyder Sports Complex and Ken Shell Field. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
If you have car problems, Andy's has the solution. Customer service is priority number 1. Our dedicated staff will be more than helpful in getting your car back on the road while you relax in our comfortable waiting area. If needed, we'll also make arrangements for a rental. Our experienced ASC certified technicians will walk you through every step of the process. Andy's Tire and Auto Service offers every under-the-hood service you need. Visit one of our 4 convenient locations today.
Finish what he started, but boy, sometimes common sense needs to settle in there. It's a 1-run game, and I understand you want your guy to be the one to finish it, but at 110 pitches, that was living dangerous. I mean, they could still get away with it here, but leadoff double. Jersey's got the tying run in scoring position now.
Gopel gets the first pitch over to Kanelican. And as we mentioned earlier in this game, Drake Kanelican leads the Jersey Panthers in RBI with 29. He bats here with the tying run at second. Gopel's pitch grounded to short. Coming up is Weinman, throws over to first for the out as Varble moves to third.
Boy, good base running by Varble there, because normally, you know what the rule of thumb is, if the ball's hit to the left side and if it's hit in front of you, you're not going anywhere, but he read it off the bat right away, and he was able to get in front of that ball the ball had come behind him, actually. It wasn't in front of him where he could get cut down as the lead runner. He saw it well, moved into position. And, Craig, how many times have we said it in this game? Here's Jersey again, runner at third in scoring position, less than 2 outs.
They've had, what, 3 outs at home plate in this game?
At least 2 that I know of.
Well, they had the tag play, then they had a force out, and then they got the double play that came home.
You're right.
So 3 different runners have been cut down at home plate, and now the infield is in.
Well, you have to be.
And that creates some hitting room for Tallman, and he fouls one here. So it's 0-2 to Chase Tallman, and Chase Tallman has scored twice in this game, been on base 3 times.
Yeah, they haven't retired him yet.
And that's why he's been moving up that lineup steadily for Jersey, batting in the 5th position here today. Scored 2 of the Panthers' 4 runs. Doesn't need to score one here.
He got a base hit on an 0-2 pitch last time.
And he's 0-2 here. And he drives one to right. Will it drop? Yes, it's fair.
Wow.
And Varble crosses the plate with the tying run in the bottom of the 7th inning.
How about Tallman? Again, 0-2 count. It wasn't the prettiest of hits, Craig, but it's effective. I mean, it's thrown away from him, and he just sticks the bat out there and guides the ball down the line.
You couldn't have thrown the ball down the right field line and got it any closer to that chalk line, as he was able to drop it in short right field, just inside the foul line, and now the Panthers have tied it, and they've got the runner on first with 1 out.
Well, now you're thinking you want to win the game here.
RBI single for Tallman, and for the Jersey Panthers, I think that might be their first RBI of the game, isn't it?
No. Jacob Witt had one in the 5th inning.
Yes, he did. Okay.
But that's the second one.
Yeah, of the 5 runs scored, only 2 have been driven in by the Panthers. They've had their opportunities. But Tallman reaches base again, his 3rd hit of the game. And for the 2nd straight time, he gets a hit with 0-2 count.
Well, that's going to close the book on Hughes. He gives up 5 runs, but only 2 earned. So tough luck for him.
Can't get the win, cannot take the loss. Here's an off-speed pitch to Wilfong, and it misses high. That counts 1-2.
Yeah. It's up in the zone.
Dylan Wilfong doubled last time up. The youngster.
Do you put the runner in motion here?
We'll see. Tallman going. Pitch.
Oh, and he picked a great pitch to go on.
He slides in safely with a stolen base. Off-speed pitch from Gopel. And that is what the runner wants. An off-speed pitch, misses high. It was a good pitch to throw for the catcher Eggering. But sliding in safely was Tallman, and now a runner in scoring position.
Well, Gopel tried to sneak an off-speed delivery in there, and like you said, that's exactly what the base runner wants. And he picked a great pitch to go on there, and base hit could win this thing for Jersey now, amazingly. They're being down 5-2.
Wilfong, the DH here today. Watches one, called, strike 3. Strikes out, looking. Dylan Wilfong is out number 2 here in the 7th.
On the outside corner. And that's going to put Hunter Bryant now in a situation to win the game here for the Panthers, or we're going to go to extra innings. Just what we didn't want, right?
And Bryant's been on base a couple of times. He's singled in this game. Back in the 2nd inning. Bats here with 2 out in the 7th. Runner at 2nd. The go-ahead run, or the winning run. Here's a wild pitch in the dirt. Runner goes to 3rd.
Well, I was just going to say, Craig, look where the outfielders were playing in shallow just to guard against a base hit to keep that runner from maybe scoring. Now they're going to have to go back into regular depth here with that runner moving up to 3rd base. That's a key play there on that wild pitch.
So far, they haven't really moved back. They're going to stay where they are, but that doesn't really compute. You should be backing up. Here's our drive into
he burned him
over his head, and it's a walk-off single. And the Panthers win it in the bottom of the 7th. Hunter Bryant goes the other way. The outfielders didn't move back, Louie. They stayed up, and he hits it over their head, and the Jersey Panthers win, getting to Max Gopel. He'll take the loss after a good pitching performance from John Hughes. Hunter Bryant comes through with a 2-out RBI walk-off hit, scoring Tallman with the winning run as the Panthers score 2 in the 7th to come from behind and win it.
And we just mentioned how they're, living dangerously thereby, playing the outfielders in shallow. I don't understand why they wouldn't go back to regular depth after the wild pitch. It's 2 outs now. Any kind of a base hit's going to win the game. You want to try to keep that in front of you and not let it get over you. And boy, you got to credit Hunter Bryant. He said, "Okay, if you guys are going to disrespect me like that, I'll just show you what I can do here." And boy, he comes through in the clutch there with a big 2-out hit, and that's a devastating loss for Marquette after leading this one 5-2.
So many times in this game, the Panthers couldn't come through when they had runners on base, and starting pitcher John Hughes was able to get out of trouble, and he was in line for the win. But when he gave up a inning starting double to Jake Barble, he was pulled. Max Gopel couldn't nail it down, and the Jersey Panthers win it in the bottom of the 7th in walk-off fashion. Final score, Jersey Panthers 6, Marquette Explorers 5 in the first of 2 regional semifinals. We'll send it back to the studios. We'll come back with our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game after these. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.